By now, most people know that GM introduced this all-new AT4 Ultimate right here. I wanted to do a comparison with the regular AT4 on my right to see the differences and why this one costs so much more. I borrowed these SUVs from Jerry Seiner, GMC here in South Jordan, Utah. They are both available for sale. Be sure to ask for Frank. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see pricing, and then I'm going to show you guys a side-by-side comparison with these SUVs. Here is the AT4, finished in cement white, 4-storm interior with mahogany accents. This is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. Base price comes in at $74,200, and this one has a lot of options. So it has the AT4 Premium Plus package for $9,945. Also has AT4 Premium package, which comes alongside of the Plus package. Technology package is in there too. Max trailering. Now, destination is going to be $2,195, but all in total price is $85,590. And then here are the fuel economies off to the side for that 5.3 liter. Here is the Ultimate. Sterling metallic is the paint, obsidian rush with red accents for the interior. And again, here is that short listing for the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. Now, base price for this one is going to be $98,800. And this one does have night vision. Sterling paint was an additional cost. Enhanced trailering is there with technology package. Destination comes in at $1,995 with a total price of $103,640. And then here are the fuel economies off to the side for the 6.2 liter. Now, I'm sure most of you probably noticed that one's an XL, one's just a standard wheelbase Yukon. Let's break down the pricing with the standard wheelbase Yukon first. If you're looking at an AT4, base price is $76,395. If you're looking at the Ultimate AT4, the base price is going to be $97,995. That is a price difference of $21,600. That is insane. Now, as far as the XL goes, base price for the AT4 is going to be $79,395. So you can do the math difference if you like. Now, for the Ultimate, it's going to be $100,995. Again, price difference is going to be $21,600. So yes, these SUVs are totally different when it comes down to pricing, but when you look at them, they look exactly the same. So for the Ultimate, as you saw, you don't have to add really any packages on this truck. It's just standalone options. So everything you see on the front end of this thing is going to be standard, with the exception of, where is it at? I gotta look for it. It's the night vision. I've never seen it on this SUV. I've only seen it on the regular. There it is, right there. It's right here. That's the only thing that was an option for this Ultimate. But yeah, front parking sensors, premium lights, fog lights, even the surround vision, which is a part of this camera, and the ones on the mirrors, all that comes standard. They also give you like this bronze color on the front grille. And the reason why you buy one of these is if your wife likes to run over the curb, she has better ground clearance to do so now, so she won't make too much damage. And it has skid plates down there. I'm just kidding. My wife is a great driver. Now on this side, what is optional for this one? Believe it or not, these front parking sensors, that camera, all that comes standard. Premium lights, so you don't get any different lighting on this Ultimate compared to the regular. And again, you still have that great ground clearance, red recovery hooks on both sides. They gave you the black accent for the front bumpers and like a high gloss. So man, we got to find 20 grand worth of differences on these SUVs. And remember, the base price did not include night vision. So let's keep going. Let's talk about these wheels and tires next. These are the Goodyear Wrangler tires. These are the Territory ATs. It's gonna be a 275/60, 20-inch wheel, 6 lug. These are basically 33 inches tall, 10.8 inches wide for the tire. 4-piston brakes. Let's go ahead and check out what's on that Ultimate. This is the exact same tire and wheel setup. Nothing changes. Now, both of these SUVs do have air suspension. Air suspension is an option for the regular AT4. It does come standard on this Ultimate, right? Also, you guys see these power deployable running boards with that perimeter lighting? That is an option, as you just saw on the window sticker. It comes standard here. Down the side, you just have the bronze versus like this dark chrome accent. Painted mirror caps with a little bit of black accent. You get the puddle lights, cameras on both sides. So yeah, nothing's changing. One more time. Turn signals on both sides. They also give you the smart key system for front and rear doors. You have this black accent around the windows. Same thing goes for your roof rails. So nothing really stands out on either one of these SUVs. Now you do have a larger fuel tank for the XL model, so just keep that in mind, and that might be one good benefit. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these up some so you guys can see the rears. This panel roof does come standard on Ultimate. It is an option for that AT4 right there. And here's the rear. Again, when looking at these SUVs, the only thing that really changes is you get that bronze accent like right here versus like that dark silver. Quad tips out back, you get more of that bronze down below too versus the silver. And I might like the silver just a little bit better too personally. Now let's go ahead and check back here. So you have two cameras, right? This camera is an option. This is your backup. On the Ultimate, this camera comes standard. Now this is why you would get the XL, because you get more space, and of course the longer wheelbase. It's going to help with the ride. You have all your power functions for that third row seat, and then here's that storage below. Let's go ahead and check it out for the regular. Pretty big difference, right? Same story. You have your power seats, and that comes standard. And if you want to put this back down, it's going to be the same for both sides. Also, you can pop that rear glass as well. But you guys can see that bronze there and here. And then you have that dark silver in the same spots. Let's go ahead and talk about these powertrains. You didn't see much differences for the exterior so far, but as far as the powertrains go, this is where things really change. Starting with the regular AT4, this does have the 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8. It's going to have 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. All that power does go through a 10-speed transmission. And you guys can see that electronic limited slip diff was an option for this SUV. And on this side, the Ultimate does come standard with the 6.2 liter V8 naturally aspirated. It's going to have 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, and same 10-speed. And this is going to have that LSD standard out back too. Now, the only negative with this engine is you should burn premium. It says recommended on the door cap, but I would just say, hey, if you're after this engine and this trim, just burn the premium. I think the engine's going to do better overall. You don't have to burn premium for the 5.3. Now, if you are after better fuel economy, they do have the 3 liter inline 6 diesel. That does give you class leading MPG. Like, no one can touch the diesel for sure. Even if it has a plug-in hybrid, it's not touching it. But regardless of that, if you get the diesel for this regular AT4, it is going to cost you more money. However, the diesel will actually reduce the price of the Ultimate if you delete this engine option. Now, obviously you guys notice there's not a lot of differences between these two SUVs for the exterior, and the powertrains definitely are the biggest difference. Now, if you get the 6.2 liter, it's going to cost you about $2,600 for this one. So you do, again, keep increasing that price more and more. Let's go ahead and check out the biggest difference between these SUVs. Does anyone remember the color for the interior for the regular AT4? If you don't, this is the Forest Storm, and it has a mahogany accent. So yes, you do have this green on the interior, so it's going to be on the seats, center console, and on the door right there. And of course, that tan color is that mahogany accent. Here's some of the trimming as well. You have this piano black with that dark silver. Seat memories come standard on this one. It does have power folding exterior mirrors that comes standard. Auto up and down for the front windows, but just auto down for the rears. Let's go ahead and check out the Ultimate. When you get the Obsidian Rush interior, you do lose that green color. Now, one thing I'll tell you is this. This is probably one of the best interiors in the game. On the door here, they have this real wood, has like that burnt effect to it. Same piano black and silver accent here as you saw in that regular. Seat memories, but look at the knobs, or look at your buttons for the windows, for example. You get this satin treatment here. You still have the power folding functions. And they also give you the satin finish around your seat controls here. Now, here's the biggest advantage you get with the Ultimate. This has 16-way seats. So not only do you have more adjustability, you also have adjustable bowstring on the sides here. You also have a shoulder support, and these seats massage you up top here. And they look so much nicer too. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and check out what you get for that regular AT4. These are going to be 12-way seats. The good news is they're still perforated, but they're a little bit more dressed down compared to what you just saw. You have that adjustable lumbar. 12-way seats are still really good too, by the way. You see the kick plate right here. Now, as far as the controls here go, this does have the function to park itself here. Downhill assist is right there. Lane keep assist, auto stop start. Parking sensors can be disabled. 360 camera, electronic parking brake. You still have full drive auto, but this air suspension, as I said on the outside, is an option. You have multiple drive modes, trailer brakes right here, and you have a power steering column. Let's just check it out really quickly for the Ultimate. Pretty much the same setup here, except you get this wood treatment. Now, you do have the Super Cruise. That comes standard on Ultimate. Also, let's go ahead and start it up. You guys will see right there? This does have heads-up display standard. Also, this camera does come standard. All these things are an option for that regular AT4. Now, they both have the standard 16.8-inch display. It's gonna have 360 camera, obviously, that shows up here. Tons of different things you could look at. And on the screen here, I like the red accents they give you on these buttons down below. You also have these covers here. So you have that wireless charger. And this just adds a nice premium look to the interior. Right here, you have some red stitching. You have that AT4 Ultimate badge, nice graphic in the center. And you guys probably saw that this was an option too for that regular AT4. And this does slide up too for those shorter people. And it goes back pretty far too. A little bit of hidden storage there. Let's go ahead and check out that regular AT4. Here's push button start. You have the same screen sizes for both, as I said. Both are going to have heated and ventilated seats too, and that does come standard for both. They give you the red accent even on this regular AT4 too, which is kind of funny. They don't give you that nice mahogany color, but you see right here, this is the biggest difference probably on the center console. You don't have those covers, so it's all exposed. And most people probably prefer this because it's just simple, and most people keep all that covers open anyways. Here's that center armrest. Still nice. has perforated leather, just like you see on the seats. Matches that same design. Up here, you have that storage, and it has a little AT4 badge. They're both gonna have that. And this was an option, as you guys saw on the window sticker too, as I said earlier. Let's go ahead and check out the rear. You guys see that button right here? That's the power release button for the second row. That's an option for this regular AT4. Those outboard heated seats, option. These entertainment screens in the rear, option. You guys see just the overall setup. Still a really nice SUV for sure. And then there's the door. You probably didn't notice, but that speaker is added for this Ultimate right there. And here are the seats. By the way, the kick plates are even nice in the second row for this one too. There's a big difference in the seat design too. These screens come standard, and you guys see right there, they give you a screen for the second row here. 120 volt power plug down below. You have your Type C's, HDMI's for those screens. And as I said earlier, that power release comes standard for this side, but it's an option for the other. Now, something that's very small to point out, but I'm gonna do it. You see a little leather right there for the armrests? Let's see if that regular AT4 has that. Shockingly enough, no, it does not. It's just hard plastic right there. And the seats, they still give you the same design as the first and second row with the mahogany. But as I said earlier, is there a big difference between these SUVs? No. These are very, very similar. The exterior, in my opinion, is the biggest disappointment on the AT4 Ultimate because there's nothing groundbreakingly different. But the interior, it's a home run. But the question you have to ask yourself is 21 grand more. And once it's all said and done, like once you price out a Ultimate versus a regular AT4, if you add all the options, what would the price difference be? Let's find out real quickly. I basically built one online. XL model, for example, if you add Super Cruise, the 6.2 liter V8, and all the packages that you saw in this white one here, the price difference between Ultimate and regular is $9,205. And you have to just figure all the extra niceties that you get on this one, is it worth 9 grand? Because apples to apples, you're gonna still pay almost $10,000 more for this SUV. And I think what you're paying for here is just that premium look. That's it. The interior is a game changer, but the exterior, as I said earlier, is a disappointment. Let's check out the Payload. For the AT4, gross axle weight rating out front is gonna be 3,700 pounds, 4,300 for the rear, and then 7,600 pound gross vehicle weight rating. You guys see the wheels, 20 by 9 wide. All in Payload is 1,519 pounds. You guys see the PSI for the tires, and then towing capacity is going to be 8,200 pounds. For this XL Ultimate, they do increase the gross axle weight rating out front to 3,800 pounds. The rear is the same at 4,300 pounds, and then the GVWR is 100 pounds higher at 7,700 pounds. Same wheels, 20 by 9. Payload does drop, and then your towing capacity does drop too because of the XL. So yes, the shorter wheelbase tows more, which doesn't make sense. And I forgot to mention to you, you have those sport pedals standard too. Hope you guys liked the video. I think that this is a hard one, even for me. Like, I always go for the higher trim level, but I think I would probably pick the regular AT4. I think that for the money, having the massagers is nice, but if I have to spend 9 grand more to get that one, especially with the exteriors looking the exact same, I think I'd rather just get the regular AT4. I like the green interior for sure. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. See you soon.